Hi, I'm Allie Hamilton from yogisanonymous.com, and I wanted to share some tools if you are somebody who's dealing with high levels of anxiety right now, which a lot of people are. You're not alone if that's something that you're going through. There are so many tools that I have found personally are really helpful, and it's not a cookie cutter thing. So the same stuff isn't going to work for everyone. I'm going to share a whole bunch of tools that, hopefully you'll find something that actually really works for you. So the first few tools I'm going to share have to do with like mindfulness training. And so one really simple thing is breath work, right? Using these tools to calm your nervous system in an active way. And so what I mean by that is like 4-7-8 breathing. And that is exactly as it sounds. You breathe in for the count of 4, you hold for 7, you breathe out for 8, and you repeat, repeat, repeat. What I love about this is that you can do it anywhere. So you can do it while you're driving, you can do it while you're cooking, you can do it in a room full of people. And the breath is always available to you, so that's lovely. Other things that you can try are feeling the soles of your feet on the floor, noticing what I like to call points of contact, so places where you are aware that your body is ending and the world around you is beginning. And it can be as simple as the feeling of your clothing against your skin, or if you're sitting, like just your butt against the surface that you're sitting on. It can be the environment around you. So if it feels cold and where you are, or hot, just to be using. And the reason that these grounding techniques and breathing techniques can be helpful is that it draws your mind, it draws the focus of your mind to something that is happening right here, right now. You could find a color in the room and just focus on that one color. So those are all mindfulness, breathing, sort of yoga related somatic things that help a lot of people. You may be someone where just that stuff isn't going to be helpful. Could be that, like, if you start paying attention to your breath, it makes you more anxious because you feel like you can't breathe. When you're dealing with panic, which is a little bit different than anxiety, right? Anxiety is really, like, for me, it's my mind will start going and that inner voice will start going. I'll start like having just a whole bunch of things that I'm worrying about. And then there's all the feelings that go along with it. Dan Siegel, beautiful, brilliant psychologist, has this thing about you have to name it to tame it. You have to name it to tame it. And that can apply to anything. So when we're having big feelings, in the body, right? Sometimes they're happening outside of our awareness, and it could be something like anxiety, or it could be grief, or it could be fear. If we don't know that it's happening, then we're not going to be able to do anything about it. If you start to feel something happening in your body, like usually people, if they're going to have, like severe anxiety or a panic attack, they can feel it coming. They can feel like, ooh, I'm starting to feel those feelings. Some people describe the feeling before a panic attack is like sinking into the ground, and other people start to feel like, I'm starting to feel a little funny in my breath, or my peripheral vision is starting to fade a little bit. So panic can be really intense for people. Usually you get some signs that it's coming. If you're anxious, you might notice your jaws clenching or your brows furrowing, or you have like chest breathing. Naming it is going to help you tame it, right? Just saying to yourself, I'm feeling fear right now, or I'm feeling anxious, or I'm feeling scared, or I'm feeling overwhelmed. Just bring it up to the surface so you can look at it. May be helpful. Asking yourself, and these are more logic for people who are a little bit more like cerebral, and those big feelings haven't taken over yet. They haven't taken over the nervous system. They're not driving the car yet, right? You still have time to like put the anxiety in the back seat and do the driving yourself. You might ask yourself, are these feelings that I'm having, do they match like the situation? Or are the feelings I'm having like way up here, and maybe like the situation I'm in is, it's manageable. I'm going to be okay. Am I safe right now? Am I safe, or am I like in danger? And if you're safe, you might be able to talk yourself down a little bit. Just remind yourself, I'm okay. You can make friends with your anxiety. You can literally say like, hey friend, and you might even name it literally, right? Like you Gladys, hey Gladys, like help me, you're trying to keep me safe, you're trying to make sure that I don't, get into trouble, but actually like it's what you're doing isn't really helping me. And so, I'm going to ask you to like go to the side over here, Gladys, and I'm going to, we can talk again when maybe like you're a little bit calmer, but this is not helpful and I have things that I need to do. So that you're acknowledging you are, you're not villainizing your anxiety, you're not hating your anxiety, you're saying, okay, I understand that these feelings that I'm having are there to try to like help me and keep me safe, but they're actually not helping me. And sometimes giving your feelings a name, like a literal name, can be helpful. I spent a lot of time in my own personal healing, process dealing with a really loud inner critic, and giving it a name helped. And I would give it like sometimes different names like chief or sport, things that would make me laugh, like, oh, hey, hey chief, like, you know what, we're not going to get everything right every minute all the time, and that's okay, and let's just like pick up and start again. Or, if we need to apologize, let's apologize sincerely, heartfelt apology, and start again. So giving your feelings an actual name may help remind you that you are not actually your feelings. So you are not your feelings of anxiety, you are not your feelings of panic. These are just feelings that are arising, they're going to peak and they're going to subside, and you're still going to be here. So you might try that. You might try naming them, making friends with them, understanding that your feelings are there. If we're talking about anxiety or panic, those feelings are there. It's the amygdala, right? The amygdala is going like crazy. They're there to try to help you. And so if you can, if you can talk to yourself, if you can even thank your anxiety, I thank you, but I'm all right. You may find that it helps just bring, and then you could try the breathing. Then you could see, okay, now that I know that like I'm not my feelings, and Gladys is just, being Gladys and hovering over me, or, tapping on me or yelling at me, but I'm going to ask Gladys to just have a seat, and now I'm going to try to like breathe through it. You may be able to find some relief with some of those other techniques that will help you calm your nervous system. If you have any questions or you need help, please, you can respond under the video. I do one-on-one coaching, and I'm very easy to find, and I would love to help if I can, if this was helpful for you. Okay.